Ash Lane here. Today I'm coming at you with a much requested video. Today we're going to be talking about two of my favorite Town Hall 10 bases. Trying to bring you guys a little bit more Town Hall 10, 9, 8 bases, designs for war, and maybe even some farming bases coming up. Not a lot, but maybe more than I have been doing. I've only been doing like maybe 1 or 2 videos a month on bases because there's just so many great base YouTubers out there. But I figured you guys are interested. It seems to get a lot of hits whenever I do some bases, so I'll continue to do not speed builds, but rather highlight my favorite bases and then tell you why. So let's get into my two of my favorite bases in the game right now. And one is more of a push base, and it can also definitely be a war base, but it's also a little bit vulnerable to 3-star attacks if you're in a really elite Town Hall 10 only war clan. Otherwise, use it in war attacks, clan wars as well. So it's Brandon's base. You can see he has 12 defenses 1, and he's been in the 4,000 cup range, so that is really, really good. Let's go ahead and visit and discuss the base. So this is the base over here. It's let me zoom all the way. You guys can screenshot if you'd like. Let me get the thing off there. Okay, so you have a clear view of the base. You can see all the traps. You can see the Teslas. Now, this base might look a little familiar, but it's actually a little bit changed on what you might have seen earlier in the game, right? So, some features of the base. It is a resource ring base except for those mortars. Now, the 4 mortars are on the 4 tips of the interior design. Let's zoom in a little bit here. You can see those 4 mortars actually provide a really nice distraction for golems when they attack the base. So when golems go into this base, instead of being drawn to, sometimes to the middle, if you drop a well-timed jump spell, or if you split your golems, they might lead a path for the middle golems. Well, those mortars being so close, you're actually going to draw them. You can see, like here, for example, they will go from the cannon to the air defense to the mortar, while the expos go ahead and nail them, as well as the Teslas, and obviously they'll trigger the clan castle at that time. So it's just a really nice design. Now you have these like outer quadrants over here, 1 in each corner, and those are actually also very helpful to this base because it takes more wall breakers, a lot of wall breakers, to be able to break through all 3 of these quadrants, right? So this base, like I said, a few alterations. I asked Brandon what he's been using in his clan castle, and he usually uses 1 witch and a bunch of archers, or he'll use 1 witch, a couple wizards, and a bunch of archers, although he has been playtesting with lava hounds. So the good thing about lava hounds in your Town Hall 10 clan castles, I wouldn't recommend it for lower levels, just not my favorite unit for Town Hall 9s, I should say, because you can't fit them in anything else, right? But for Town Hall 10s, lava hounds are really effective because you just don't see too many air attacks lately in the game. I mean, you still see one here and there once in a blue moon, but it's mostly ground attacks. And the great thing about the lava hound is it won't draw the ground troops, the go wipe troops, the go wee troops towards the center. You're oftentimes counting on that clan castle for a lure for your troops, but the ground units will actually just ignore that clan castle. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that base. Now I'm going to bring you another war base. We're going to go to our war log, and I'll actually be able to show you a couple replays from it. You can see we have a pretty crappy war log lately, and we've been running into some really tough clans. You can see Exodius Elite, Exodius in the dark. Few tough clans there. Okay, but let's go ahead and get to the base here. So it's going to be Red Knight's base. Now, you can see he was 2-star in this last war, but it took them 4 attempts to do so. So we're going to go ahead and look at the base first. Now, the reason I'm bringing you this anti-3-star base, because it also does really nicely, holds up really well for an anti-2-star attack as well. I know I brought you an anti-2-star, also anti-3-star hybrid maybe about a month ago, but I think I might even like this base a little bit better just because the last 3 wars, not only has it not been 3-starred, even against a clan with 3-star specialists, it's also taken 4 attacks, 3 attacks, and 2 attacks to 2-star. So that's really successful, really nice base. Now let's talk about why we like this base so much. So you guys can go ahead and screenshot if you want right now. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit, and you can see that the first feature of this base is the Archer Queen, centralized, and you can see not only is she in the center, which is obviously important, but also you can't get to her from any of the outer compartments. This is the only one here where the giant bomb is and the Seeking Air Mine. So if you were going to come in from this angle, for example, not only do you have to make sure you take care of this barracks and this gold storage, or your king will get distracted, but you also are having to deal with the 2 expos into the queen. And dealing with 2 expos and the clan castle and the Inferno Tower and 2 hidden Teslas, very difficult to take out the queen and the clan castle unless everything goes absolutely perfectly. And as I said, we haven't seen that happen yet. So really effective war base. I mean, that's why it's effective against the 3-star Golov attack. And why is it effective against 2-star attacks? Well, let's go ahead and watch one of the replays from last war, one of the fails, and see why. So let's go ahead, and you can see my base actually defended quite a lot last war, but I actually brought you my base in a video maybe a couple weeks ago, if you want to go check that one out as well. I think it's called My Favorite Base. So let's go ahead and see where Red Knight is here. He's somewhere around here. Scrolling. Always a pain trying to find these attacks. Okay, so here's one. So let's see how this attacker tackles the base. You can see hero levels are roughly the same. He's got a few levels on him defensively, but he's going to come in northeast here. And the problem with this attack, these are 2-star attacks now. Like I said, he's defended against 2-star attacks. That would be 5 out of the last 7 attacks have been successful defenses, or at least 1-star in our last few wars. So very important to note that this attacker is not, Cadillac Jack is not holding back any troops, any golems or P.E.K.K.A.s to hit the opposite side of the base later on in the attack. And that, if you don't do that in these attacks, it's really a recipe for disaster. You need to hold back troops and hit from the far side to help get percentage. Either that, or you want to make sure you bring a ton of wall breakers. Then you won't have to deal with the golems over here getting stuck. There was one in the north as well. And you can see the attack kind of fizzles out. It's pretty easy to get that town hall, but the way the walls are designed on this base with the larger compartments along the outside, as you can see like right over here, it's just really difficult to get that percentage unless you have a outside the box plan going into the attack. So that's an example of a 2-star, a 1-star fail, I guess, because obviously a 1-star is a fail in a clan war attack. That's an example of one of the attacks. I looked through all the attacks previous to sharing these bases, and let me tell you, they're all basically the same. They're all either coming in northwest or northeast, and it all happens the same. They're all like anywhere from 41 to 46% 1-star attacks. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed these 2 bases. If you want me to bring you more bases, let me know. Comment below, tell me what town hall you are, if you're interested in bases. Do you want farming bases? Do you want push bases, war bases? Let me know, and I'll try to be on the lookout and bring you my favorite bases in the game. So guys, thanks for tuning in. Please tell your clanmates about me, and I appreciate the support. Take care, guys.